Hello and good day to you, because I don't know what time you're watching this. My name is Gabby and I'm an English teacher at MOVA. So I'm just going to kind of go over a little bit of Unit 8. Hopefully you've already done Units 1 through 7. So for Unit 8, if your teacher prints you out these units, they have this nifty study guide. It's not mandatory. If you want to take notes on it, that way it will help you with your review, you can. You don't have to though. So here's the whiteboard. In the whiteboard it tells us what we need to focus on the most. Performance task 1, drama reading log, and then performance task 2, persuasive essay or short story. That's the one that you worked on in Unit 7 that you held on to, because I can't get it back for you, and then the alternative assessment or review. If you have these type of packets, the performance tasks are all at the back. If you don't, then they're somewhere else. So for the first performance task 1, where are you? You are here somewhere. There you go. Okay, so for performance task 1, you have done reading logs for activities 1 through 4 of the Crucible, and now you have to choose the best pages from 2 acts and give it to me as your performance task. Just tell me which 2 you want, so just say like, hey, it's page this and page this that I want you to look at. So first it has a self-scoring rubric, so you want to look at all of the different aspects and score yourself. Like, think about it. You don't have to actually write anything here. This is more for me. And then I'll score you there. So did you identify the main characters? Did you give me detailed summaries? Did you tell me the date, dialogue or stage directions, biblical allusions and connection to McCarthyism, newspaper articles, and then formal language? So I'm going to go over one of these to show you exactly what it is that they're asking for. So right here it tells you read The Crucible, Act 1, pages this to this in your textbook, and then answer the questions below in complete sentences. I also have the Crucible audiobook on our class website, so if you want to listen to it instead, it's a lot easier than reading it because some of the dialogue and diction that's in there is a little bit difficult to read. So first things first, who are the main characters in this act? Is Abby in this act? Is Proctor in this act? Is Reverend Paris in this act? Who all is in this act? Write them here. Just the main characters. If there's, I don't know, Goody Smith or somebody random in there, don't write them down. They're not a main characters. Characters that you see reoccurring. Where does this action take place? It may be more than one setting. Is this Reverend Paris's house? Is it in the forest in the woods? Is it in the courthouse? Is it in the town square? Where is it? Where does it take place? And what time does it take place? Because remember, setting is important to, time is important to setting too, so at least have that on the first one. Like, recognize that this is in the 1600s during the Salem witch trials and it's not current day. Summarize the action, including any plot twists, so like what happens in Act 1 and all of that. So like Act 1, they're caught dancing in the forest with Tituba, and then they end up getting caught and so on and so on. So like summarize here. As you can tell, I have read the play. I know the play pretty well. It's one of my favorites. So summarize action here. I'm gonna know if you read it based off of that. You guys can also reference other things to help you understand it better. I don't mind, but don't make sure that's not all you're looking at. Down here, examples of noteworthy dialogue or stage directions. So like when our main character accuses Tituba of being a Satan worshiper or whatever, that's probably notable dialogue, right? Put that there. If you see something in the stage directions that shocks you or like makes you like super interested in it, write that there. Allusions to the Bible. Remember, these are like parts where they kind of, if you hadn't read the Bible, you wouldn't know what they're talking about, kind of thing. So if they say a reference to Satan, or if they reference like John verse 12:15 or something like that, those are all allusions to the Bible. If they talk about Noah, if they talk about anything like that, that's an allusion to the Bible. How does this part of the drama act as an extended metaphor for McCarthyism? Okay, so while this play was written to take place in the 1600s during the Salem witch trials, it was actually written by the author during the time of McCarthyism. So McCarthyism was the idea that there was a lot of communists around us, and the communists were trying to give away our government secrets and influence others to join them and all of these bad things. So they actually, anybody they didn't like, they would just say like, he's a communist, and then now that person's career is ruined, that person's life's ruined, and they're under investigation for being a communist. So it was like a witch trial because there wasn't actually a lot of communists around, just like there weren't any witches around. But it equally like ruined their lives and things like that. Maybe they didn't get burned at the cross or stake or whatever the heck it is called. But still, their lives were pretty ruined. There's a story about like the Hollywood 10 or something like that, that if you're interested in more about that, there you go. But talk about how this part of the drama shows the correlation, shows the connection. How is the witch trial from Salem connected to a witch trial for communism? And then right here you want to create an exciting newspaper article about the most important event in this act. Focus on the facts of who, what, where, when, why, and how, but make the news sound shocking so people want to read it. So here's the spot for my headline, right? And so my headline, I might say, girls dancing in a satanic ritual in the middle of the forest with no men around, or something like that, right? There's my headline. And then I'm going to write 2 paragraphs about the who, or at least, okay, one very long paragraph or 2 short paragraphs about the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. That counts as 1 reading log. Then there's another reading log, and another reading log, and another reading log. You have to choose which of these ones you want me to go through, right? So on that page with the grading rubric, or wherever you can, just tell me, hey, Miss Gabby, for English 11, Unit 8, I want you, performance task 1, I want you to grade pages 57 and 25. That way I know. That's all I have for performance task 1. Catch me for performance task 2 in the next video.